Good job, Abby. All right, neither side blinking in the U.S.-China showdown. Beijing is hitting back with new tariffs, and trade is just one aspect of this escalating fight. Good morning. I'm Dana Perino. Bill is off. I got my best friend.
Hello there. Good morning,
person.
Dana.
Happy
Friday.
Thank you.
Great to be with you. Good morning, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum, and of course, this is America's Newsroom. So China raising their tariffs on American imports to 125. That's a lot. This after President Trump hit Chinese imports all the way up to 145 as of yesterday afternoon. The president signaling that he is optimistic, though, on eventually reaching a deal with China. U.S. Trade Representative, very interesting interview with him this morning, Jamieson Greer, says this has to happen in one way, shape, or form. Watch.
Do import a lot from China, and that actually, to me, underscores the urgency of the situation. We've become so dependent on this. If we can only maintain our standard of living by being dependent on China, who is a strategic adversary, that's a very dangerous position to be in, and so we need to accelerate this.
Peter Doocy live from the White House. Peter, what do you know this morning?
Dana, the Chinese Commerce Ministry is now saying they think these tariffs have become a joke, but President Trump is basically saying that he thinks with trade deals imminent, the joke is on them.
So how close are you to the first country coming to actually make a deal with the United States over tariffs? Is it days, months?
Well, I think it's very close, but, you know, we have to have a deal that we like. We don't want a deal that's going to be a bad deal, or I could make every deal in one day if I wanted to.
Well, it's beginning. The Vietnamese delegation is here. Scott Bessent posts during today's meeting to confirm start of formal negotiations on reciprocal trade with Deputy Prime Minister Ho Duc Phoc of Vietnam. I emphasized the need for continued engagement and quick, demonstrable progress to resolve outstanding issues. And even though various reporting about the president's 90-day pause include details about Scott Bessent now taking the lead and Peter Navarro taking a back seat, one of those guys is saying that's not so.
The media says you're in the doghouse with Trump. Is that true? Or is that fake news?
That's fake news, Jesse. I think the American people, I want to say to the American people, 90 trade deals in 90 days, you're in great hands, not just with President Trump, who is the commander-in-chief and chief deal maker, but with the people who are involved.
Trade deals typically take months or years each to negotiate. The president and his team are trying to get dozens done in several weeks, and President Trump will not rule out extending the 90-day pause if they need to. We do expect to see him at some point next hour on his way to the annual physical at Walter Reed. Dana?
Yep, that happens every year. And then are they planning to do a press conference after that physical?
We don't know the exact plan. It probably wouldn't be today because he's off to Florida right away. But last time he had a physical, they did send his doctor at the time, Ronnie Jackson, out to the microphone, and he took questions for like an hour. I believe that he said something to the effect of President Trump would live to 200 if he just cut out the McDonald's. So we will stay tuned for that.
Now, Peter, I have Martha here with me, and I don't think she's seen this yet. We had a kind of a situation this morning. Let's watch it.
Yeah, Peter, I appreciate it.
A bird just landed on my head!
What is going on? Was that a bird? What was that about?
You handled that very, very well, Peter.
Yeah, why me? Huh?
Because you're the tallest.
Look at that.
Yeah, and you know, it's an old TV trick, just try to make your hair look like a bird's nest. I did, though. It's funny, a couple minutes ago, I got a text about that from the Interior Secretary's team, and they say that they have deployed all assets from the Park Service and Fish and Wildlife to figure out what's going on. So we will be standing by here at the scene of the crime for that.
I like the freeze shot of it actually sitting on your head. It thought you were a tall building, Peter.
I feel like I'm going to have to take a shower before I take my daughter to ballet today. Just get the bird off me.
Peter, thank you.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, guys.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.